Shu-shanti and welcome to Shu-shanti Yoga. This morning we'll be focusing on a morning wake-up routine. It's very short, so if you're rushing, just stop and give yourself 5 minutes. You'll be surprised at how smooth the rest of the morning can go because you've calmed your body. So just come to a nice seated position with your legs crossed or come into a half or a full lotus, whatever you're most comfortable with. And turn the insides of your thighs outward so you can get a better seated position. And just breathe a regular breath, maybe 5 or 10 breaths with the eyes closed. Just clear the mind and see your day as you would like it to be. In through the nose and out through the mouth in a natural pattern. Okay, let's come back to, and let's turn to the long side of our mats and stretch our feet out. And with the ankles touching and the feet pointing up toward the sky, then inhale, look up at the ceiling, and exhale, fold forward. And grab the shins, the ankles, or the feet, and let the head hang and relax here. And if you feel your shoulders are a bit tense, just stretch the hands out a little more and relax. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And we'll flow here for about 3 more rounds. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And this will be the last one. And inhale. Now come to a nice straddle position. Grab your feet and move them out just a little more, wherever you're comfortable. Scoot forward and get in the widest stance that you possibly can. And we just want to lean forward and loosen up the back and the hip muscles and the hip flexors to really help get our day started. Tiptoe your hands over to the right foot, and wherever you are, just place your hands on top of your shin, your ankle, or your foot. If you're able to, take the left hand and wrap it around the right side of your foot and look over the right shoulder. And relax. And now walk the hands over to the left side of your body. Wherever you're comfortable, again, grab the shin, ankle, or foot, and if you're able to, take the right hand and reach over to the left side of the outer foot. I like to wrap my hand around my hip just for a little extra stretch. Relax the shoulder. Hold it there for about 3 to 4 breaths. And walk the hands back towards center. Tiptoe the fingers outward. Get that chest as close to the ground as possible. And walk the fingers back up towards center. Now swivel around and we'll come into a cat-cow pose. And make sure that the wrists are aligned with the shoulders and the knees are aligned with the hips. To a flat back. On an inhale, we want to round the spine and look up at the belly button. Exhale, arch the back, look up at the ceiling. And we'll float here for 3, 2, and 1. Now on an inhale, we want to keep the toes curled and push up into a downward dog position. Pedal the feet just to loosen up the hamstrings and the calf muscle. With the fingers spread wide, push the hips up into the air and look up toward the fingertips. On the exhale, look up at the belly button and smile slightly just to relax your body. And we'll breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. On the next inhale, raise the right leg straight up into the air or as far as you can go. Bend the knee and drop the right foot. Enjoy that stretch in the front of the right hand and in front of the right thigh. Swing the arm up in between the legs. Square the hips, and once you feel nice and sturdy in this position, look over the right shoulder back at your left heel. You should feel a beautiful stretch in that left front thigh. Just to wake you up in the morning. Okay, hands flat back on the ground. Come back into the top of a plank position. Lower down. Push up into an upward cobra. Curl the toes and come back into a downward dog. Now we're going to do the same thing but with the left leg now. So on an inhale, bring the left leg straight up into the air with the toes pointed. Relax and let the left heel drop toward the ground. Swing that left leg in between the hands and come into a low lunge. Come up onto the fingertips for extra length. And when you're ready, look over the left shoulder. Back at the right heel. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Now spring that right foot forward, bend the knee, sweep the arms up and overhead. Come into the top of a prayer and come into a prayer position. Okay, come back to the middle of your mat, sweep the arms up and overhead. Dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Place the hands flat on the mat. Come to downward dog position. Give yourself a nice stretch. Again, raise the right leg up into the air. And this time swing it in between the hands into a high lunge. Take the left foot and turn it at a 45-degree angle. Square the hips. And whenever you're ready, sweep the arms up and overhead into Warrior 1. And we'll hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Swing the left arm back, right arm forward till they're both parallel. Relax the shoulders. Just make sure everything's nice and even. And with every exhale, we want to bend the front knee a little more. So we'll hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up. Now take the left hand and place it on the back of the left thigh. Flip the right hand up and come into your first sun salutation. Hold it here for 2 and 1. Now bring that right elbow to the top of the right knee. Swing the left arm straight up into the air. Push the hip forward. And look just past the left armpit. And if you want to take this pose a little further, don't be afraid to go into the bind. I'm going to take the left hand and bring it around your back and clasp the hands in between the legs. Pivot forward. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Take the right hand and bring it on the outside of the right foot. Push up. Be very gentle. Bring both hands down to the front of the mat and step up. Inhale up and over. Hands to heart. Grab your breath. Take we'll do the same sequence but on the left leg this time. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Hands down flat onto the mat. Come into downward dog position. Time leg, raise the left leg up into the air. Swing that left leg in between the hands. Right foot turn to a 45-degree angle. And when everything is squared and aligned properly, swing the arms up into the air into warrior one. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Come into warrior 2. Pivot the hands and the arms to their parallel to the ground. With every exhale, remember, bring that front knee forward. So we'll hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. And inhale back up. Flip the front hand, right hand on the back of the right thigh. Come to your second sun salutation. 2, and 1. Bring the left elbow on top of the left knee. Raise the right hand up into the arm. Push the hip forward. Look just past the armpit. And again, if you want to come into the bind, just let your hands meet in between your legs. Pivot forward. 3, 2, and 1. Bring both hands down to the mat. Gently straighten the front knee. And step forward. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to chest. Come to the middle of the mat. Come into a nice wide stance. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Again, dive forward. Let the hands touch the mat and let the head hang. Now take your hands and turn them toward the back wall. Widen the stance a little more. And tiptoe the fingers toward the back wall behind you. You want to get a really nice stretch. And if you're able to, grab your ankles. For a second variation, if you're able to, grab your ankles. Try to look up at your butt. Feel a beautiful stretch in the lower back and the hamstrings. Bend the knees slightly. Hands on the hips. Push back up. Now stay in this wide stance, except for now, turn your heels inward, just slightly. Bend the knees, and come into a horse stance. Here we'll harness the energy we need for today. This will be a beautiful meditation pose. In through the nose, out through the mouth. With every exhale, drop your seat slightly. And once your legs are parallel to the ground, hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Hands on the hips, gently come back up. Pivot the feet inward. And have a beautiful day.